People, when they go into a public space, they assume that they are safe. But if somebody is trying to cut corners in the construction, if there's a weak link, that could feed down the line and be just lurking there, waiting till something happens.
Seoul, South Korea, June 29, 1995. The exclusive Sampoong Department Store is jammed with more than 1,000 shoppers. The roof begins to crack. Alerted of this, the owners of the store flee in terror, but coldly don't tell their employees or customers. 15 minutes later, a thunderous rumble rocks the building.
Everything started to shake. I didn't know what was happening. We were all terrified. And then the whole building just collapsed. I was knocked out. When I regained consciousness, I could hear people around me screaming in pain.
Hundreds of rescuers raced to the scene. Braving the unstable mass, emergency teams desperately dig for survivors. Some are saved, but as many as 500 are still trapped beneath the smoldering rubble. As day turns to night, rescue efforts continue under the white-hot glare of floodlights. If survivors aren't found soon, they will die from their injuries or suffocate.
I was bleeding pretty bad. I was thinking I could die at any moment, but I wanted to live, so I fought to stay calm. But it wasn't easy.
Day 2, the frantic search intensifies. Now, a new danger. Fire breaks out, filling the rubble with dense, choking smoke. Water hoses extinguish the flames, but create a deadly crisis.
At first, there were people alive all around me. We talked in the beginning. As the water from the fire hoses rose around them, they all drowned, and it was silent.
Then a cry from below. Someone is alive. Miraculously, a man has survived. Searchers can only see his head and terrified eyes. But in moments, he is freed from his concrete tomb. This latest rescue inspires hope. Efforts accelerate.
I slept a lot. There were many times when I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or awake. It was completely pitch dark, so I didn't even know how much time was passing.
Day 4. Emotions reach the breaking point. Relatives of those unaccounted for challenge emergency workers to keep looking for their loved ones. But realistically, hope fades that anyone will be found alive. 10 days after the collapse, rescue efforts are abandoned. Workers now clear the rubble and search for the dead. Then, incredibly, another voice from within the rubble. Dozens of emergency workers converge on the spot.
When they heard my voice and shouted back to me, I was ecstatic. You can't imagine what it feels like to realize you will not die, but you will live to see your family again.
After 10 days of entrapment, Choi Young-suk has lost 22 pounds, but is otherwise in surprisingly good health. "501 people died in the Sampoong Department Store collapse. 900 were injured. The owner and others were sentenced to jail for skirting building laws and using shoddy construction materials.
I'm studying to become a construction engineer. I will never let this happen again. Buildings must be safe.